All right, so we got to talk about what looks like yet another case of what I like to call ghetto fatigue. And this time is happening at the Houston Rodeo because if you've been paying attention, you already know I talk about this before. The so called EBT community has basically decided that Houston is the new hotspot for spring break. And let me be very clear before people start twisting my words when I say EBT community. I'm not talking about people who genuinely need temporary help to get back on their feet. I'm all for that. That's what a safety net is supposed to be. But what I'm talking about is a mindset, a culture of people who have turned government assistance into a lifestyle. People who do just enough to game the system. And what I mean by game the system, maybe they work a little bit just to get a W-2 so they can file taxes at the end of the year and get that big refund, but they're not working 40 hours a week consistently. They're not trying to build anything. And we all know how the system is set up. The less you make, the more you often get back. While the people who are actually working year round, paying more into the system, they don't see those same benefits. And if you're working paycheck to paycheck, you probably don't even qualify for food stamps, aka EBT. But somehow the people doing the least end up getting the most help, and that's the problem because uh it creates a preserved incentive structure where they're preserving a structure where you're basically incentivized and responsibility is punished and dependency is rewarded, as I like to call it, the government daddy. And yeah, they have been attempts to put some guardrails on that, like requiring people to do some type of level of work like community service if they're receiving benefits, because nothing in life is supposed to be free. But there are still loopholes. People know how to play the game. They work just enough to qualify for a tax refund at the end of the year, then back off so they don't lose their benefits when it comes to food stamps and stuff. So when that tax refund hits, instead of using that money to improve their situation, pay off debt, invest in education, build credit, actually move forward in life, they blow it, they go out, they travel, they party, they buy clothes to impress people who don't care about them, and they show up to places acting like they never been anywhere before in their life. No home training, no sense of respect for the environment they're in. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Because when you concentrate that mindset in one place, what do you get? You get chaos, you get fights, you get destruction, you get violence, sometimes even shootings. And we've seen this play out before. Miami dealt with it and eventually had to crack down hard. So now the crowd just shifts location, and Houston is the new spot. And one of the main places they're showing up to is the Houston Rodeo, which is supposed to be a family friendly event. You got kids there, families there, people just trying to enjoy themselves. And now you got individuals